Yeah.
Guys, please take a seat over here. Okay.
Oi. Aí foi down, né? Foi down for me.
Guys, make sure you can hear me. We've got more seats over here. I've got a pretty loud voice, but okay. All right. Welcome everyone. My name is Alex. I'm your tour guide for today. I'm actually originally from Britain. I grew up in Britain and I moved to Israel 12 years ago, and I'm a tour guide. Now I understand that what's important for you today is the highlights. You don't want me to give my 3-hour lecture version of each place. Okay, I promise not to. Okay, this is a sensitive place. There are certain things we can't do. We can't hug each other up here. We can't clap here. We've got to be very sensitive. Very sensitive. So I'm going to be giving you at each place. We're going to be really doing the highlights, and then I'm here for all questions. If there's someone who wants the 1-hour lecture, I can give that while walking along. Okay, so, but this is quite a complicated place. So I'm going to spend slightly longer here than on others because you've really got to understand it. So this place is a place that's holy to Jews and Muslims and Christians. Okay, it's holy to all three faiths, and it's the place where, in the Jewish tradition, it's Mount Moriah. Okay, Mount Moriah is where the binding of Isaac took place up there, and where the universe was created from. In the Jewish tradition, the universe was created from Mount Moriah, and then around 3,000 years ago, a temple was built here by King Solomon. Okay, and in that temple was the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, the holy temple, and that's where Jews came to sacrifice, to worship God. Everyone can hear me okay, everyone? Okay. Please, if you can't or if you want questions, just say. And then after that, in the 7th century BCE, in the 6th century BCE, it was destroyed by the Babylonians. The mighty Babylonian Empire came here and destroyed the temple, the first temple. And then it got rebuilt 50 years later, what we call the Second Temple, because the Babylonians were defeated by the Persians, and the Persians said to the Jews, you come on back, you rebuild your temple. And they rebuilt it small at first, and then nearly 2,000 years ago, just before the time of Jesus, there was a King Herod. And King Herod built the largest sacred plaza in the ancient world, because this is a mountain. We said it's Mount Moriah. If you want to build a big plaza on a mountain, you need to hold it up. If you just put a plaza on a mountain, it will collapse. Okay, so he filled in the mountain. The western wall where we'll go is where he filled in the mountain to hold up this plaza. So he could build the largest sacred plaza in the ancient world. Do we have any fans of football? My football, soccer? No? I'm a Liverpool fan. Anyway, the size of 12 soccer fields. This, really big. Okay? And this is where Herod's second temple was, with the Holy of Holies at its heart. Tomorrow at the Israel Museum we'll see a model, we'll see exactly how it looked. And that temple was destroyed in the year 70 by the Romans, the Roman Empire, because the Jews rebelled against Rome, and then they destroyed the temple. And then there was nothing here until the 7th century. And in the 7th century, the Muslims conquered the area, and the Muslims have a tradition in the Quran of Muhammad, the prophet in Islam, who took a journey on a magical flying horse from Mecca to the furthest mosque. He went up to the top, and from over there, and then over here, he went up to heaven, and he met all the prophets in Islam. And in Islam, David is a prophet, Moses is a prophet, and Jesus is a prophet. In Islam, he's a prophet, but not the Son of God. And God gave Muhammad the 5 pillars of Islam: charity, creed, fasting at Ramadan, prayer, and I'm missing one more which I'll remember in a second. Okay, so they built 2 mosques, the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock. Okay? And
Dome
Al
of the
Aqsa
Rock.
Mosque commemorates the night journey and the Dome of the Rock, the ascent to heaven. But these buildings have changed over time. There have been earthquakes, they've been set on fire. Okay, so we're not looking at the building from the 7th century, it's changed. The gold, for example, is only from 50 years ago, okay, from the 1950s. And today, we can't go inside. Only Muslims go inside the buildings. Tourists can go here. Muslims pray up here, and Jews pray at the Western Wall, where we're going afterwards. Okay? Those are the highlights. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. So look, take a few moments to take pictures here, and then we'll walk up together to the top, which is a really spectacular building. So take 5 minutes, and then we'll meet over here. Okay?